Welcome to Neville Manifestation. If you're ready to shift your reality, awaken your inner power, and step into the life you already deserve, you're in the right place. Before we begin, make sure you join our membership to unlock deeper teachings, exclusive content, and a powerful community that's walking this journey with you. What if I told you that the life you've been waiting for isn't coming someday, it's already yours right now? That the only thing standing between you and your miracle is not time, not luck, not circumstances, but the state you choose to live in today. Most people spend their lives chasing, doubting, and waiting for proof. But the truth is, the moment you feel it is done, life has no choice but to reflect it back to you. So the real question is, are you ready to stop waiting and start receiving? Come closer for a second. Pause whatever you're doing and really listen. Not just with your ears, but with that quiet part inside you that has been waiting for something like this. Because something is changing. Not maybe, not someday. Right now, something is shifting. Beneath everything you can see, beyond your current circumstances, there is movement happening. Life is rearranging itself in ways you can't yet fully perceive. Forces far greater than what you've been facing are already working in your favor. You've waited, sometimes patiently, sometimes in frustration, sometimes holding on when everything in you wanted to give up. You kept hoping even when it felt pointless. And now, all of that has been leading to this moment. Something powerful is unfolding in your life. Not by accident, not by luck, not by coincidence. It's happening because of a deeper law. One that says, whatever you accept as true within yourself must eventually show up in your world. It doesn't require you to understand it. It only requires your faith. Here's what most people never truly realize. Life doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to who you believe you are. If you keep seeing yourself as someone who struggles, someone who lacks, someone who is always just outside of what they desire, then life will reflect that back to you with perfect accuracy. Not because life is unfair, but because it is exact. The world isn't random, it's a mirror. The moment you shift your inner identity, everything begins to reorganize around that new belief. The second you dare to feel that what you want is already yours, not coming, not arriving someday, but already done, things begin to move. This isn't imagination or wishful thinking. This is the way creation works. So right now, before you move on, take a moment. Feel it as real. Step into the version of you who already has what you've been asking for. Feel the relief. Feel the pressure leave your body. Feel what it's like when a prayer is answered. That quiet sense of peace, like something heavy has finally been lifted. See the doors opening. See the path becoming clear. Feel the abundance, the healing, the love, as if it's already part of your life. Say it softly to yourself, it's done. Don't let your current reality fool you. Just because you can't see it yet doesn't mean nothing is happening. The unseen world is always working first. What you experience physically is always the result, never the beginning. Your only role is to stay steady in that knowing. Don't beg for it. Don't chase it. Don't keep asking when it will happen. Stand firm in the certainty that it already has. And yes, doubt will show up. That's normal. But when it does, don't fight it. Replace it. Speak over it calmly, like you're stating a simple truth. Thank you. It's already done. Watch how quickly that doubt loses its grip. The moment you genuinely accept that what you desire is already yours, not pretending, not forcing, but truly knowing, everything starts to align. You don't need science. You don't need proof. The assumption itself is what sets everything into motion. What you accept as real internally must eventually appear externally. That's not a possibility, it's a law. Most people live their lives waiting for things to improve before they feel hopeful, waiting for evidence before they believe, waiting for something outside of them to give them permission to trust. They say, I'll believe it when I see it. But that's exactly why they keep waiting. Reality doesn't work that way. The outside always reflects the inside. Always. It cannot show you something your inner world hasn't already accepted as true. If you wait for proof before believing, you trap yourself in a cycle where nothing changes. Because the proof only comes after the belief. You have to go first. To assume means to mentally and emotionally step into ownership before anything appears physically. It means feeling like you already have it, already are it, already live it, not as fantasy, but as a settled truth. You don't need to force outcomes. You don't need to control everything. You simply need to live from that inner state where your desire is already fulfilled. Stay there, get comfortable there, let it feel normal. Eventually, your outer world won't feel like something new happening. it will feel like it's catching up to what you've already accepted. Think about someone who wants financial freedom, but deep down believes they are meant to struggle. No matter how hard they try, that inner belief will keep shaping their results. The effort doesn't matter as much as the identity behind it. But change the identity and everything changes. Take that same person, same situation, same resources, but now they truly see themselves as someone who thrives, someone who succeeds, someone who naturally attracts opportunities. Suddenly, their actions shift, their choices change, and life begins to respond differently. Because the assumption was never just in the background, it was always leading. And the same is true for you. What you choose to believe about yourself right now is quietly shaping everything that comes next. Instead of waiting for numbers to change before feeling secure, they begin to think, speak, and move like someone who is already financially free. They drop the old story of scarcity playing in their mind and replace it with a calm, steady confidence. They stop constantly checking and start trusting. And slowly, sometimes faster than expected, their outer world begins to reflect that shift. Opportunities show up, new ideas come naturally, and things begin to open in ways they couldn't force before. This is how real change happens, not through pressure or struggle, but through alignment. Think about an actor stepping into a role. They don't walk on stage as themselves, hoping the character will eventually appear. They fully become that person. They think like them, feel like them, move like them until it feels real. That's exactly what you're being asked to do. Step into the version of yourself who already has what you want. If it's love, feel deeply loved now. If it's healing, feel whole now. If it's success, feel like it's already part of your life. This is where everything begins, the feeling. Words alone don't create change. It's the state you live in that shapes your reality. When that feeling becomes natural, like your default way of being, everything around you has to adjust. Stop looking for proof. Stop measuring progress. Those habits come from doubt, and doubt only slows things down. Instead, relax into the knowing that it's already done. Live as if you've received it, because in the only place that truly matters, you already have. The more natural this becomes for you, the faster it shows up in your physical world. Your faith is not something small or optional. It is the foundation of your entire experience. Every situation you face, every pattern that repeats, comes from what you believe deep inside. You're not separate from your desires, waiting for them to reach you. You are the one deciding how far away they feel. The change you're waiting for isn't coming from outside. It's already within you, waiting for you to accept it. Most people go through life thinking reality controls them. They see it as fixed, something they must react to and survive. They let past evidence define what's possible. But reality is not fixed. It's flexible, responsive, and constantly shaped by what you believe to be true. What you hold as truth inside will eventually show up outside. This isn't just an idea, it's how everything works. Faith is not just hoping something good happens. It's a quiet, steady certainty that what you want is already yours. Not because you can see it yet, but because you've decided it's true, and nothing outside of you has the power to override that decision. It's the bridge between what you can't see and what you eventually will. And the moment you fully live in that belief, without second guessing or doubting, things begin to take form. Look at someone who believes nothing ever works out for them. They unknowingly create situations that confirm it. They miss opportunities, misread moments, and turn neutral situations into proof of failure. Not because they're incapable, but because their belief is guiding everything. Now look at someone who truly believes things always work in their favor. They face the same challenges, but they don't break down. They expect things to turn around, and somehow they do. Not because they are luckier, but because they are aligned differently. Life responds to them based on what they assume to be true. Faith doesn't wait for proof, it creates it. When you truly believe something, you act in ways that support it. You notice different things, you make different choices, and those choices lead to different results. Faith is not passive, it's active, even if it's invisible. But here's the key, it must be consistent. If you say you're healed, but spend your day focusing on symptoms, you're still in doubt. If you talk about abundance, but feel constant worry about money, you're still operating from lack. Real faith doesn't change based on what you see. It stays steady even when results aren't visible yet. Your breakthrough isn't far away. It already exists, just not in a form you can see yet. The moment you claim it fully, without hesitation, it begins moving into your reality. Protect your mind. The world will try to convince you to doubt, to be realistic, to accept things as they are. But what you see right now is only a reflection of past beliefs, not what's coming next. Change what you believe, and your world has no choice but to follow. Let your inner knowing guide you more than your current circumstances. Trust what you feel inside over what your senses are showing you. What you've been waiting for is already here. It's simply waiting for you to accept it as real. The only thing standing between you and it is doubt. Let that sink in. Not timing, not luck, not conditions, just doubt. It's not your circumstances, not bad luck, not timing, and not anyone else's choices that are holding things back. It's doubt. That quiet uncertainty within you is the only thing slowing down what is already in motion. The moment you quiet that doubt, the moment you stop questioning when it will happen or how it will unfold, you stop interfering. And when you step out of the way, something far greater than any obstacle begins to move through your life with ease. Most people get stuck in a painful cycle. They ask for something, then immediately worry about whether it will come. They visualize, then check for proof. And when they don't see it right away, they assume it's not working. They feel certain in the morning and doubtful by the afternoon. This constant back and forth is like planting a seed and digging it up every day to see if it's growing. It can't grow like that. If you want results, you have to plant the seed and leave it alone. Trust what's happening beneath the surface. Growth always begins where you can't see it. The roots form in silence before anything appears above ground. Your role is simple. Keep nurturing it with belief and refuse to disturb it with doubt. Being certain doesn't mean arrogance, it means alignment. When you decide, truly decide, that what you want is already on its way, you stop sending mixed signals. You're no longer saying one thing while feeling another. Everything within you becomes clear, steady, and focused. And that's where real change happens. You don't need to figure out how it will happen. In fact, trying to control the how is one of the biggest ways people block themselves. The how isn't yours to manage. It belongs to something far more intelligent, more creative, and more capable than your plans. Your only responsibility is to be clear about what you want and to know it's already yours. Then allow it. Think about how water moves. A river doesn't fight its way forward. It doesn't argue with obstacles. It simply flows, always finding a way, always moving toward its destination. When you stop forcing things, stop overthinking every outcome, and stop trying to control every step, you become like that flow. And when you flow, everything else begins to move with you. Take someone who wants to heal. If they keep checking their body, comparing symptoms, and searching for signs that something is still wrong, they stay rooted in the belief of being unwell. Every check reinforces that story. But when they choose to believe they are already healed, even before they see proof, something begins to change. The body responds, the mind relaxes, the inner state shifts, and everything else follows. This isn't pretending or ignoring reality. It's choosing which version of reality you live in. The one that is fading or the one that is forming. The one based on the past or the one based on what is already done at a deeper level. Stillness is where your real power is. Not in effort, not in stress, not in constantly trying to make something happen. True creation comes from a calm, steady inner state. When you let go of worry, release the need to control, and stop asking questions that don't need answers, you create space for things to move naturally. Being still doesn't mean doing nothing. It means trusting completely. It means standing in quiet confidence, knowing everything is unfolding in your favor, even if you can't yet see how. It's the mindset of someone who already has what they desire, calm, grounded, and at peace. When you reach that state, things begin to open. Real opportunities, real connections, real shifts in your life that you couldn't have forced no matter how hard you tried. Why? Because you're no longer resisting the flow, you're moving with it. Let go of needing to understand every step. You don't need to see the full path ahead. Trust what's already working behind the scenes. Even in moments where it felt like nothing was happening, something was always moving in your favor. Your only task now is to stay in that knowing. Keep that inner certainty alive. And when doubt shows up, and it will, don't entertain it. Don't give it space. Let it pass. What you're waiting for isn't something you have to earn or prove yourself worthy of. It already exists. It's already complete at a level you can't yet see. Your belief is what brings it into your visible world. And this is where gratitude becomes powerful. Not forced gratitude, not something you do just because you were told it works. Real gratitude, the kind that comes from knowing you already have what you asked for. Most people think gratitude comes after receiving. They say, I'll be thankful when it shows up. But that kind of gratitude has very little power. The kind that transforms your life is the gratitude you feel before you see anything. It's the feeling of, I know it's already mine and I'm thankful now. That feeling isn't just emotion, it's a declaration. It's a signal that you have moved from wanting into having. And that shift changes everything. Life responds to your state, not your words. If you stay in a place of wanting, of waiting, of wondering when it will happen, that's what continues. But when you move into the feeling of already having it, when you genuinely feel it as real, life reflects that back to you. So stay there, stay in the knowing, stay in the feeling, because what you are holding inside right now is already shaping what comes next. When you reach the point where you can honestly say, I feel it, I already have it, thank you, something powerful shifts. That signal goes out and life begins to respond in the same language. More things appear that match that feeling. More reasons to feel grateful show up. Abundance starts expanding. Love becomes deeper. Healing moves forward. Think about someone who wants financial freedom but spends every day feeling tight, worried, and focused on lack. Every bill becomes proof. Every expense reinforces the belief that there isn't enough. The same story repeats, and life continues to reflect it back. Now imagine that same person making one real consistent shift. They begin to appreciate what they already have, even if it seems small. Not fake gratitude, not forced positivity, but real appreciation. They recognize that even now there is something to be thankful for. And in that moment, something inside them begins to loosen. That tight feeling starts to open. The energy of lack slowly fades, making space for something new. As that inner state changes from scarcity to appreciation, life begins to respond differently, because life always reflects the energy you live in. Gratitude is one of the purest forms of abundance. When you are truly grateful, you are no longer operating from lack. You cannot hold both states at the same time. And the moment you step out of lack, everything connected to abundance can start flowing toward you. That's why gratitude is not something that comes after manifestation. It's what drives it. It shortens the distance. It dissolves doubt by filling your inner space with a feeling so complete that uncertainty has no place to stay. When you feel deeply grateful, not for something you're waiting on, but for something you know is already yours, doubt disappears. Try it now, not later. Close your eyes for a moment and bring to mind the exact thing you've been wanting, the thing that matters most to you. Now, instead of seeing it as something far away, imagine it as already part of your life, already done, already received. And let gratitude rise inside you as if it's real right now. Feel it in your chest. Let it shift your entire inner state. Stay there for a moment. Let that feeling become familiar, like it belongs to you. Because whatever state you return to most often becomes your reality. That's what life responds to. That's the signal you're constantly sending out, and life answers with more of the same. If you stay in a state of waiting, life keeps you waiting. If you stay in appreciation and receiving, life keeps giving you more to receive. The choice is always yours, and you can make it right now. It doesn't matter what your bank account looks like. It doesn't matter what a doctor has said. It doesn't matter what your current situation in a relationship looks like. None of that is final. What you see right now is simply a reflection of the past. Your inner state is what creates what comes next. So choose gratitude, not as something you force, but as the natural response of someone who knows their desire is already fulfilled. Walk through your day with that feeling, wake up in it, move through your life from that place, and watch how everything begins to shift to match it. Let me leave you with something simple and clear to carry forward. Your outer world is always shaped by your inner world, no exceptions. Real change doesn't come from struggle or effort alone. It comes from alignment, from becoming internally consistent with what you desire. What you can't see yet is not missing, it's in progress. Creation always begins beneath the surface before it shows up in your physical reality. You don't need to chase anything. You don't need to beg or force outcomes. All you need to do is accept that it's already done. When doubt shows up, don't give it power. Return to certainty. Be still, not in defeat, but in trust. The kind of stillness that comes from knowing everything is already working out for you. Let go of needing to control every step. Trust that the process unfolding is far greater than anything you could plan. And most importantly, be grateful now, not after it happens, now. Feel thankful as if what you asked for is already in your hands. Because in the unseen, where everything is created first, it already is. The power you've been searching for has always been within you. It's not something you earn later or unlock someday. It's been there all along, quietly shaping your reality based on what you believe. Now you're aware of it. So change your inner state and your world will follow. Walk with the knowing that what you've been asking for is not on the way, it's already here. Hold that vision, trust it fully. Let your belief carry you from where you are to where you've already decided to be. What you're seeking is already moving towards you. Your miracle isn't coming, it's already present. This is Neville manifestation. What most people don't realize is that the shift doesn't begin in the outside world. It never has. It begins in the quiet, invisible space within you, the place where your assumptions live, where your beliefs sit unchallenged, where your feelings silently repeat day after day. That inner space is not passive, it is active. It is always shaping, always influencing, always directing what unfolds around you. Even when you think nothing is happening, something is being formed. So when you change your inner conversation, when you soften the tension of, I don't have, and replace it with the calm certainty of, it's already mine, you are not pretending. You are not escaping reality. You are stepping into the level where reality is actually created. This is why forcing results never works long term. You can push, struggle, and chase all you want, but if the inner state remains unchanged, the same patterns will continue to repeat in different forms. The surface may look different, but the core experience stays the same. Real transformation feels quieter than people expect. It's not loud or dramatic. It often feels like a gentle settling inside, a calm knowing, a release of urgency. You stop checking constantly. You stop questioning every moment. You stop asking when. And in that stillness, something powerful begins to take shape. You start to notice small shifts first, subtle changes, a new opportunity, an unexpected idea, a different reaction from someone. These are not coincidences, they are reflections, evidence that something inside you has already moved. The key is not to interrupt that process by falling back into doubt. Doubt is simply a habit of thought, not a truth. It may feel familiar, but it does not have authority unless you give it attention. Every time doubt appears, you have a choice. You can follow it and return to the old state, or you can gently return to your new knowing. Not by force, not by arguing, but by remembering. Remembering that what you chose internally is already in motion. Consistency matters more than intensity. It's not about feeling perfect all the time. It's about returning again and again to the state you've chosen, until it becomes natural, until it becomes who you are. And when it becomes your natural state, life no longer feels like something you have to fight. It starts to feel like something that is working with you, supporting you, meeting you where you are. You begin to trust more, not blindly but deeply. You trust that even when you can't see the full picture, things are unfolding exactly as they need to. That trust removes resistance. And without resistance, things move faster, smoother, more effortlessly. There's also a kind of freedom that comes with this understanding. You stop tying your peace to outcomes. You stop saying, I'll feel good when it happens. Instead, you allow yourself to feel good now. And ironically, that is what allows it to happen. Because the feeling is the signal, the state is the instruction, the inner world is the blueprint. So instead of asking, why isn't it here yet? Begin asking, what am I consistently feeling and believing? That question will show you everything you need to adjust. And remember, this is not about perfection. You don't have to get it right every second. You just have to be willing to return, to choose again, to gently guide yourself back to the state of gratitude, trust, and knowing. Over time, that state becomes stronger than any old pattern. It becomes your default. And once it becomes your default, your outer world has no choice but to reflect it. So stay with it. Stay with the feeling of already having. Stay with the quiet gratitude. Stay with the inner certainty. Let your life be shaped from the inside out, not the other way around. Because the moment you truly understand that everything begins within you, you stop waiting for change and you become the source of it. Remember this, your miracle is not something you are waiting for, it is something you are allowing. The moment you choose gratitude, trust, and certainty, you step into the reality that has been yours all along. Stop looking for proof outside and start becoming the proof within. Hold that feeling, live from it, and let life rise to meet you there. Because what you believe is already done must become your reality.